Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. Check it out. I did a little used buying on the weekend. As you'll know, I just did the video on wanting to put together a APS-C or DX body portrait kit with a 50mm, a fast 50, and I was trying to decide between the 50mm f1.4D for price reasons over the G, and possibly the 50mm f1.2 AIS, which I do have in here for review as well, and I'm really enjoying. And I was trying to decide between that paired with either a D7100 or an A6000. Advantage to the A6000 being focus peaking for manual focus, especially with the 50 f1.2. Advantage to the 7100 being and this lens, the f1.4D, is that if I go with this, I get the advantage of autofocus if I want to use it on the 7100, and I can also use this lens on something like an A6000 or on any of my Micro Four Thirds bodies, the G85, the GX8, with an adapter and with focus peaking. So I wasn't sure which way I was going to go. I may still buy both. I don't know. I'm so partial to 50s, it wouldn't bother me. This I got a really good deal on Kijiji, which is kind of like Craigslist. I think that's throughout the U.S. and Canada. But as you could see, they had the box, so it looks virtually brand new. Still in the box, had all the caps, and I even have they threw in, the fella I bought it off of threw in a rubber lens hood. That's what some of these older lenses wear, the little rubber ones that flip back. Glass, the optics are really clear, no scratches, no marks, no cleaning marks, no nothing on here. And now it seems as, there we go, it seems like it was tight. So the only thing is, the back rear element I know was really dirty, and I cleaned that just to make sure it wasn't scratched, but it wasn't. And I do have to get out some, I haven't even played with this other than to take a quick shot on the 7200, which I took with me to make sure it was working properly. So this has a different feel to the focus ring on here. It's looser, less resistance, whereas the other one on the 50 f1.2 AIS feels far smoother and more hydraulic feeling. In other words, there's a much better tactile feel to the resistance and just turning the focus ring on the 50 f1.2 AIS than there is on this. Now that said, here becomes the question, and that's a question I was dealing with when I was trying to decide what to do here, is as far as the build quality of the lenses, the AFD is fine. It's not bad, but it's got, a fair bit of plastic in the body. Optically, it's very good. But the AIS is much more rugged, and it's all metal, but it doesn't have autofocus. So you're getting like the 50 f1.2 AIS, I want to own it just to own it because of how beautifully it's made and how smoothly it focuses and how such a great big whopping element in it. I mean, there's a lot of reasons to own it just in and of, to own it because of it, because it's a thing you want to own. Not even just for use, but just it's like it's so nicely made. The AFD, I don't get that feeling towards it, but it definitely is a good performer. And I picked this up for 200 Canadian. So for $200 Canadian, what is that right now? Is 1.3, 1.32, something like that conversion on the dollar between US. So, that's 150 maybe US. Pretty good deal for a virtually new lens, right? You pick up a lens like this in this kind of shape, and other than the fact that there's no warranty left on this, really good deal versus really no reason to buy new. Especially a lens like this, odds are you're not going to need warranty on it. I'm certainly willing to gamble on that when I can pick this up for 200 Canadian. 200 even. So, and ironically, I happen to have the 7200 here right now for review, as you just saw me unboxed. And I have the new 3400, which This will work on the 72 as a full autofocus lens, and it will work on the 34 as a manual focus lens. So I'll be trying it on both of those and showing you some samples. I'll also try it on the G85, try it on the GX8, and if we get an A6000 or a 6300 in, we'll play with it on that too. So if you have any questions about the lens or about choices, I haven't bought this instead of. I haven't ruled out a 50 f1.2 AIS. If I see one come up at a really good price and I'm able to snag one on eBay, I probably will still buy one and probably will keep both. I don't know. I like 50s so much. If I was a wealthy man, I would have just about every decent 50 ever made. I'd have a nice cabinet, and that would be my 50s. And then I'd also want 85s. So then I would like some really nice 85s. And I'd have to have a Canon 85 because I would want an f1.2, which means I'd probably need a new bot. You see, just could go on and on. If I had lots of money, the lenses I would have would be a thing of beauty. My own little museum. Anyways, folks, if you have any questions about the 50mm f1.4D, so it is a D lens. It does not autofocus on a 3000 or 5000 series. In other words, a 3400 won't autofocus it. You can manual focus it though. Same with the 5500, the coming 5600. But the 7000 series does. So the 72, 71, 7000, the D500 does. Any of the bodies in the 7000 series and above have built-in motor drives, and they will. You can make use of these older D lenses, which are very nice lenses, very good value in comparison to the price of the newer G AFS lenses. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Again, if you have any questions, leave them below. I'll put a link below. You can check it out on Amazon and see what the user reviews. You'll see that it's very highly rated, and you can maybe get a good deal on one yourself, a little Christmas present for your stocking stuffer if you're looking for something like this. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com.